The machine is now alive to wreak havoc in your lives. There's no use to hold me back. I am ready to attack.
My first impression of Big Hero 6 from the trailer from several months ago is that it reminded me of A Boy and His Blob. A young boy with a nebulous creature doing goofy, quirky things. With time, I found out this movie is based on a comic book from Marvel licensed to Disney, and pretty much every source I checked with since then has had precious little negative to say about it. For the record, this movie could have taken Hiro and his brother Tadashi, as well as their friends, and had them going on to school, showing off their contraptions, and doing little slice-of-life things. And even doing that, it could have easily been a great movie. If this movie would have decided to be pure action, with visuals and special effects, once again this movie could have easily succeeded. The movie introduces Hiro as an underachieving inventive youth, and his caring and bright brother Tadashi, as well as Tadashi's 5 friends. Fred the Goofball, Wasabi the Gentle Giant, Honey Lemon the quirky lovable girl, as well as Gogo the tough goth girl, as well as Baymax, the robot for which the movie is mostly marketed on. Tadashi's goal is to lure Hiro to the school to challenge Hiro to do something with his life. Hiro is impressed, and from here the ball gets rolling from the head of the school, Professor Callahan, as well as the apparent rival Alan Tadaki, who's more interested in profit than in advancing science. Because it's a Disney movie, we're met with a serious death in the main cast. Without spoiling the movie, they did a great job of making the character really enjoyable before taking him away. The movie focuses primarily on Hiro and coming to terms with his loss, and what he wants out of life. Big spoiler, this is a superhero movie, so take a lucky guess where that goes. Hiro and his nerdy friends have a great range without feeling like someone's checking off a series of cliches. Hiro runs a series of emotions from depression to mischief to hatred to duty and so on, and feels very much like a three-dimensional character, ultimately taking his brother's robot design for healing and turning it more into a mechanized weapon. Hiro makes a series of huge rushes to judgment for someone his age despite having an exceptional IQ and is very much ruled by emotion, but never feels childish. It's a hard balance to explain, but you'll know it when you see it. You could suggest this movie could have evened out the focus a bit more among the rest of the cast, but hey, that's what sequels are for. The kabuki-clad masked villain and his gadgets are visually impressive. And for the bulk of the movie, despite being silent, he has a great on-screen presence. The movie is able to use Fred's goofball comic book crazed character for an exposition dump, and keep it fun and familiar, and feels like a great spotlight stealer and doesn't feel Jar Jar-esque at all. Literally, I feel this movie will be seen as a gold standard for years to come. There are things this movie doesn't do, but there are things left open to be done later, and the time spent in this movie is very well used.